Well, it's called Sharenting, the practice of parents sharing information about their children on social media platforms.
And it's not just about bragging. A growing number of parents are actually doing it to solicit parenting advice on problems that they're struggling with. So we brought in Dr. Frank McGeorge to kind of give us a little bit of information on some new research that shows the benefits of sharenting.
That's right, Karen and Damon. You know, of course, when my kids were little, these were questions that you would ask your mom, your child's pediatrician, or maybe friends who had kids the same age. But today's parents recognize there's also a wealth of parenting experience in their online circles. Unfortunately, though, that advice comes at the price of your child's privacy.
A new poll from U of M C.S. Mott Children's Hospital finds 4 out of 5 parents of children aged 0 to 4 use social media to discuss parenting topics.
It's really helpful because for many parents, they don't have that experienced family member or close friend right by, so social media offers a level of convenience.
Toilet training tops that list at 44%, followed by getting kids to sleep, nutrition and breastfeeding, discipline behavior problems, and vaccination. Sarah Clark is the co-director of the poll and says most people want to hear different ideas with the least amount of hassle.
Going to those well-child visits is another place where parents can get that advice, but it's sometimes hard for parents to remember everything that the pediatrician told them, and also these topics come up in between visits.
Of course, not all of the advice is good advice. 72% of parents reported concerns about finding parenting information on social media, including getting advice that's unhealthy or dangerous for children, and the risk of sharing of personal information.
Sometimes giving real personal information that might be embarrassing to the child when they get a little bit older. Parents really need to be a little more thoughtful to make sure that they're not putting something out there into the digital world that's going to last a long time that their child would really regret having out there.
Now, about 11% of parents polled said they were using Sharenting to decide whether or not to take their child to the doctor for various reasons. I will say it is always best to call your child's pediatrician to get that answer. Your child's doctor is also obviously going to be ready to discuss those other topics as well, like vaccines, toilet training, and maybe sleep issues.
So according to the research, where do parents see the most value or the benefit of sharenting?
So it's not all bad, obviously, and so parents actually found it very useful for getting new ideas and making them feel like they're not alone. I think that's great because, like it or not, social media, it's part of the parenting experience, but you do need to make sure that you are not oversharing personal information. And remember, there's also a lot of bad advice out there along with the good advice. Yeah. So pick and choose.
All right. Thank you very much, Doc.